Welcome back once again, my dear students. Today we are going to talk about the concept of plasmolysis. And before discussing plasmolysis, we need to know two more terms endosmosis and exosmosis. Because to understand the concept of plasmolysis, these two terms are important. First of all, endosmosis. When a plant cell is placed in hypotonic solution, which means less concentrated solution or pure water, water enters into the cell from the external solution. This process is called endosmosis. It increases the volume of cell by turgor pressure or hydrostatic pressure. Okay. Uh, in endosmosis, what happens is you are placing a cell in a hypotonic solution. Hypotonic solution means less concentrated solution. The concentration of salt here is less as compared to here in the cell shape. So obviously a water potential gradient exists. Water moves from the external solution into the inner side of the cell. Okay. यहाँ पे water potential ज़्यादा है because the concentration of salt is here is less as compared to here. Okay. Water will move into the cell. This will increase the turgor pressure or hydrostatic pressure of the cell, which will increase the volume of the cell. Okay. This is endosmosis. The next term is exosmosis. When a plant cell is placed in hypertonic solution, which means highly concentrated solution, water moves out of the cell into the external solution. This process is called exosmosis. It decreases the volume of cell by decreasing its turgor pressure or hydrostatic pressure. When you are going to place a plant cell in a hypertonic solution, highly concentrated solution, यहाँ पे concentration ज़्यादा है salt की as compared to here. Okay. So obviously a water potential gradient exists. Water potential यहाँ पे ज़्यादा है cell में because there is less solute, and here you have more solute, and this leads to low water potential. Okay, so water will move from the inner side of the cell to the outer side of the cell, from higher water potential to lower water potential. This osmotic withdrawal of water from the inner side of the cell to the outer side of the cell, this is known as exosmosis. And because of exosmosis, there will occur a decrease in turgor pressure or hydrostatic pressure of the cell, which will decrease the volume of cell. The cell will shrink in size. Okay. Now the concept of plasmolysis. When a plant cell is placed in a hypertonic solution, I mean concentrated solution, exosmosis starts. That means osmotic withdrawal of water starts, and water from the cell sap diffuses into the external solution. It causes a reduction in the turgor pressure of the cell and brings about the contraction of protoplasm by a process called plasmolysis. So plasmolysis simply means the contraction of protoplasm of a cell. ये cell wall है, okay? ये cell wall है एक cell का, and this is it is cell membrane, or you can say this is the protoplast. The contraction of protoplast of a cell due to exosmosis, due to osmotic withdrawal of water from the cell sap, this is known as plasmolysis. Okay, so plasmolysis can simply be defined as the contraction or the shrinkage of protoplasm of a cell due to exosmosis. Plasmolysis, it takes place in stages, and the very initial stage of plasmolysis, where the protoplasm just starts leaving the cell wall, this is called as incipient plasmolysis. So incipient plasmolysis is the initial stage of plasmolysis where the protoplasm, it starts leaving the cell wall. यहाँ पे एक cell है, protoplasm, it starts leaving the cell wall. Okay, and you can see here the protoplasm has become separated from the cell wall only at corners. Okay, in the rest you will see the protoplasm and the cell wall, they are in contact with each other. So in incipient plasmolysis, what happens is there occurs separation of protoplasm from the cell wall only at the corners. Okay, with further loss of water, with further exosmosis, the protoplasm, it detaches from the cell wall and becomes rounded in shape due to excessive loss of water. This stage is known as evident plasmolysis. So after incipient plasmolysis में क्या होता है, the protoplasm has separated from the cell wall only at the corners, okay, only at corners. Now due to further loss of water, it will reach this stage, okay, it will reach this stage when the protoplasm becomes detached from the cell wall and becomes rounded in shape, it becomes shrink. This is called as evident plasmolysis. Okay, here you can see the different stages of plasmolysis. This is incipient plasmolysis. Incipient plasmolysis is that stage of plasmolysis when the protoplasm becomes separated from the cell wall only at the corners. Then due to further loss of water due to exosmosis, the protoplasm, it starts withdrawing from the rest of the cell wall. Okay, it becomes evident that the cell has lost water, and finally due to further more loss of water, the cell reaches a stage which is known as complete plasmolysis or final plasmolysis, and this cell, it cannot regain. If you will place this cell at this stage in the pure water, it will not regain its original shape. Okay, remember this, the fully plasmolyzed cell or the complete plasmolyzed cell, it cannot regain its original shape. Okay, so evident plasmolysis में क्या होता है, the plasmolysis is evident. In incipient plasmolysis has taken place, and this is here seen at the corners. The protoplasm has become separated from the cell wall only at the corners. Then in evident plasmolysis, it starts further moving away from the cell wall, it becomes rounded. Okay, and finally a stage comes when the protoplasm fully becomes detached from the cell wall. Now the significance of plasmolysis. Plasmolysis helps us to understand the living nature of a cell. Okay, अगर आपके पास एक cell है, you want to check whether it is living or not, you will place this in pure water. If the cell is able to regain its turgor pressure, okay, you will say that the cell is living. If it is not able to regain its turgor pressure, you will conclude that the cell has reached its complete plasmolysis stage. It has completely got plasmolyzed. That is why it is not regaining its original shape. Okay, the pickles, meat and fish, they are preserved by salting. Similarly, jams and jellies are preserved by adding sugars. What happens is salting and sweeting, okay, addition of salt and sugars, they kill bacteria by inducing plasmolysis in their cells. By adding salt and sugars to these substances, they induce plasmolysis. They cause plasmolysis of the bacterial cell, which causes their death. Okay, similarly, salting kills the weeds of the lawn by inducing plasmolysis. If you have some unwanted weeds in your lawns, you can spray salt on these weeds. Okay, the addition of salt will induce plasmolysis in the cells of the weeds, which will lead to their death. Okay, similarly, the concept of plasmolysis is used to determine the osmotic pressure of a cell in a laboratory. If you want to determine the osmotic pressure of a cell, you can use plasmolysis concept. I will tell you how. Say you have a plant cell. Okay, you do not know what is its osmotic pressure. Okay, what is its osmotic potential or pressure? You will place this cell in a number of solutions. For example, solution A having concentration, for example, X, solution B having concentration Y, and solution C having concentration Z. Okay, आप क्या करोगे? You will place this cell in solution A. Okay, you will place this cell in solution A. What happens is, for example, there is loss of water from the cell. Okay, आपको तब पता चलेगा कि ये जो सेल है इसमें जो salts की concentration है, okay, it is less. Okay, it is less as compared to that in the solution. Second is you will place this cell in solution B. अगर इसमें क्या हो जाएगा, ये सेल जो है it will gain water. Okay, it will gain water. You can conclude that the concentration of salt, or you can say the osmotic pressure of this cell, is more than that of the solution. Okay, osmotic pressure जो है cell का वो ज़्यादा है as compared to that of the solution. And finally you will place the cell in solution C, and if nothing happens, water neither goes out nor it moves in, you can say that the osmotic pressure of the solution and the osmotic pressure of the cell which you are not aware of, these are equal. Okay, I will repeat this point. आपके पास एक cell है, you want to know it is osmotic pressure. What is it is osmotic pressure? Okay, तो आप क्या करोगे, you will place this cell in a number of solutions. For example, solution A है, solution B है and solution C है. जब आपने इसमें डाला तो क्या हो गया, सेल ने वाटर लूज किया फॉर एग्जांपल. तो आप अंदाज़ा लगा सकते हो कि जो सेल का ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर है, ओके, जो सेल की जो कंसंट्रेशन है साल्ट्स की वो कम है. ओके, आपने इस वाले में प्लेस किया तो वाटर बाहर से अंदर आने लगा सेल में. आप कंक्लूड कर सकते हो कि जो ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर है सेल का, जो सोल्यूट कंसंट्रेशन है सेल की, वो ज़्यादा है एज कम्पेयर टू दैट ऑफ सोल्यूशन बी. एंड इफ बाई चांस यू प्लेस दिस सेल, ओके, in a solution named as C, nothing will happen. Neither water will move out of the cell nor it will move inside the cell. You can conclude that the solute concentration which is present inside this solution C, it is same as that is present in the cell. So the osmotic pressure of the solution C and the osmotic pressure of the cell are equal. Okay, this is all about the concept of osmosis, plasmolysis. I hope you all understand this. See you soon with a new lesson. Till then, stay blessed.